I'm Johnny Isakson, Realtor, member of the Cobb Association of Realtors for almost 40 years, member of NAR for almost 40 years, life member of RPAC, United States Senator, and a friend of real estate in Georgia, Cobb County, and around our state. I'm so delighted to be with you today on this major donor fundraiser by the Cobb Association of Realtors. And I commend the Cobb Association for what it's done over so many years to support real estate, the advancement of real estate, the wide distribution of ownership of land, and home ownership in America. You know, we've had a critical year in America with a new president coming in, a new agenda in Washington, and also changing and uncertain financial times. But the last year has shown us that our involvement as realtors in the process of making loans, running our government, looking for employment, improving the environment, the economy will always pay off. I want to tell you a little story about me and the National Association of Realtors, the Georgia Association of Realtors, and the Atlanta Board of Realtors. In 1967, I got my broker's license. And I went down to get my broker's license at the Real Estate Commission office in Atlanta. I took 3 checks. One was for $5 to the state of Georgia for my license fee for a year. Second was $7.50 to the Atlanta Board of Realtors for 1 year's membership. Third was a $5 check to the Georgia Association of Realtors for my first year's membership. Got home and told my father, who was a realtor and a great realtor and a great father, what I'd done. He said, well, you should have written 4 checks, not 3. I said, what I missed? I got the Atlanta Board of Realtors, I got the Cobb Board of Realtors, I got the State Association. What did I miss? He said, you missed RPAC. So what's RPAC? He said, RPAC's an investment in your future. I didn't know I'd be in the United States Senate in 1967. I didn't know how long I'd be in real estate, so I didn't know I was going to have a 40-year career in the business. But I wrote a $5 check to RPAC because my father told me, he said, son, you want to have a seat at the table when the government's changing the laws that affect your business. So I donated and I gave, and have every year since then, and for the last 15 or 20 years have been a $1,000 a year donor and a life member of RPAC. And I have because I've seen in firsthand how that money works for you and for me. It doesn't buy you a thing in terms of influence and vote, but buys you everything in terms of seat at the table when decisions are made. I'm on the Finance Committee in the United States Senate. I worked hard to get on that committee. It's probably the most important committee in the Senate for many reasons. Most important is tax law. Tax law is critical to realtors, as we all know, because of 1031 exchange, depreciation, carried interest, all those things, all of which were up in the air with the proposed changes that were made in the tax law this year. By working hard with the National Association of Realtors and the invaluable help of Barbara Kennan and being my communication and my director between the Georgia Association of Realtors and myself, we were able to work to see to it that the provisions of the tax law that were favorable for real estate ownership and the wide distribution of land were preserved and even enhanced. When the bill was originally introduced, it took away 1031 exchange. We preserved it. That's important for the real estate business in many aspects. A lot of people don't understand tax law a lot of times. Say, that's a tax break. It wasn't a tax break. It was a postponement of the tax obligation to allow more property to be sold and more real estate to be done. Home ownership interest paid on mortgage loans for first and second homes was preserved. The deductibility of that which was critically important. Depreciation was improved and made more realistic to reflect what's actually true in the marketplace. And then, of course, by lowering the tax rates, the corporate rate from 35% to 21%, the partnership rates and the pass-through rates were lowered as well. We improved the environment for business to invest in jobs and in the future. And what's happened? What's happened's been remarkable. The stock market has gone crazy. The American people have shown a tremendous increase in their confidence in the American economy and their future. The confidence rate of the American consumer is at the highest level it's been, and the American employer at the highest level it's been. Because we passed a tax law that's fair, that incentivizes investment, encourages the investment of money to produce more jobs in the future, and it's proven to actually return dollars to the pockets of the American people. Many companies took their dividend back from the new tax law and immediately paid it to their employees in terms of bonuses, stock buybacks, or dividends. It's been great for our country and great for our economy, and it's going to prove to be great for real estate as well. And the reason we fared so well was not because of any other reason than real estate is a key part of the economy. The National Association of Realtors is the key voice of realtors and homeowners and landowners around the United States of America. They did their job, we in Congress did our job, and the American people are the beneficiary. Cobb Association of Realtors in the last year successfully kept away a property tax increase in Cobb County. The Board of Realtors works hard in the local jurisdictions to see to it the tax laws are favorable locally, but as well as how we work in Washington to make sure they're favorable nationally. Regulation and regulatory reform has taken place in Washington. It's taken place in Georgia too. And it's seeing less regulation and more empowerment in terms of government working with business to improve the climate of employment rather than always seeming to be an adversary of business. That's because of organizations like the Cobb Associated Realtors would make things work. So if you're a realtor, if you're at this fundraiser tonight for RPAC, I want you to think about a few things. What one place could you spend some money by making a donation to make sure you have a seat at the table when the laws that affect your income, the vitality of your business, the vitality of the entire economy, to improve and make it better? There's one place to do it. That place where I wrote that check in 1967, the Georgia Realtors Political Action Committee. Because RPAC sees to it that you have a voice, you have an ear, you have a place at the table. Doesn't buy you anything individually, buys you everything collectively. So I tell you, as one that's been a donor for years, I am so proud I have, and as one who's been a beneficiary for years, I'm so thankful. I've seen both sides of RPAC. I know what it means when you're running for re-election to see that check because you've done a good job come from the realtors in your community or from the National Association. But I've also seen that when realtors have a forum and the candidates for office go to those forums, the realtors are pose questions that are at the heart and soul of the vitality of the economy and the vitality of their business. And people know when they go to the realtors that they're going to get action one way or another because it's an involved, engaged political action committee and engaged people in the economy locally and jobs nationally. So thank you so much for asking me to be here today. Thank you for your generosity in years past for realtors. Thank you for making a donation not just to realtors, not just to political candidates, but to your future. We are so much stronger collectively together than we are divided. And realtors have always been together in the single most important thing in the world, and that's the value of wide distribution and ownership of land, home ownership, and investment in America's future, real estate. God bless all of you for being here. Thank you for the support you've given me in the past. I look forward to seeing you in Washington in May. When you have a big trade show coming up, you got a lot of investment in Washington coming up, you got a lot of meetings we're going to have. We're going to have one big meeting together. I know that David Perdue and I are going to be. We look forward to welcome you. Thanks for having us. Thanks for all you do for this country, for the economy, and personally, thank you for all you've done for me. God bless you.